There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, welcome on into the show. We're finna get started in just a minute. We're gonna let everybody kind of chime on in here as we get ready to get this show started. As we're gonna talk about 17 game schedule. Titans sign a new player, and as you can see on the screen, we are gonna have a live mock draft. This is gonna be Titan centric. But we'll talk a little bit about some of the other, picks that happen. So there could be a trade involved, might not be. We're definitely gonna see, but it'll be it won't be a long mock draft. It'll just be one with a computer controller until the Titans pick, and then we'll talk about that. So there might be some times I'll pause and talk about like 5 or 6 picks at a time, and then we'll talk the Titans pick a little bit and keep it going because I'm gonna try to go 7 rounds in about maybe 20, 30 minutes. So everybody come on in. We're going to get started right here on Titans in Truth. Let's get it.
Tighten up! Let's get tightened up! Tightened up! I've been scoping from the sideline, waiting for the right time to send the freshest team to scrimmage. So I'm busting y'all. Welcome to another episode. We got this here. Don't worry about it. We got this here. This is a city, so out till don't worry about it. See, we got this here. It's a brand new dance and it's about to go live. Tighten up, Nashville, rep the 615. First you tighten 2 steps, step to the right. Then you tighten 2 steps, step to the left. Blue jerseys everywhere. Game face, yeah, we got it on. Sticking out our chest, people know that like it's King Kong. Count that. It's about to get her up. Here come the train, y'all. Tennessee, tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Sticking out my tip. We can know it like it's King Kong. Sticking out my tip. We can know it like it's King Kong. Tighten 2 steps, step to the right. Then you tighten 2 steps, step to the left. Sticking out my tip. We can know it like it's King Kong. Sticking out my tip. We can know it like it's King Kong. Third down.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into a brand new edition of Titans in Truth. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a very fun and interesting episode on tonight as we are talking the draft. The draft is coming up. We're in draft month. So we have about 28 days before the draft begins, so a little under 4 weeks away from the NFL draft. And I'm excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it too. Make sure y'all share this show out. It's exclusively on YouTube, so make sure y'all share this show out on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Y'all can record it a little bit, just, make sure y'all put that caption out on the rights to the content. So y'all can do that, just share it out and let everybody know where they need to be and to watch this show. So we see a few people coming in here. Of course, I want to get to 40 likes tonight at least on this show, and hopefully get about maybe 50, 60 people at least in here. Definitely want more than that. Help me get to 1,000. I'm almost there. I'm about I would say about 100 people, about a little over 100 shy, maybe 140 shy to be exact of that amount. So y'all help me out and let me know how I'm doing and everything. So we're gonna keep this thing going. And I see AZ Big, Tanner Goat, King Isaac, what's up with you? And as I can see, I went ahead and put on some different swag for the show. Division champs, that's who we are. I got that shirt on, as y'all also see up there. The banner is up there too. So got to represent for the division champs, the Tennessee Titans. So let's get right into it and get this show started again. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I definitely do appreciate y'all. And again, where y'all can share the show out is on the bottom. Y'all definitely take a look at the bottom of the screen as it scrolls across. Right there, you got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely make sure y'all share this out, and thank y'all for tuning in. But let's get right into the news that's going on around the NFL. And first off, it is that the NFL season will now be 17 games. It is a 17 game season. I believe that means there will only be 3 preseason games, and that extra game will be a home game against the Drew Brees-less New Orleans Saints. I'm definitely glad to have an extra game and everything, which I renewed my season tickets last week. I want to say I renewed my season tickets, so hopefully I will get to be in Nissan Stadium in the atmosphere. Of course, Roger Goodell has come out and said he expects and hopes to have full capacity stadiums in the fall for football season, which y'all know me, that means he's just trying to get every piece of money he can get. And so we just have to be careful, and mask up and everything, social distance as best as we can. And, we, can have football, where we all are back in the stadium together and we can all have a good time and everything. So that's something that I would hopefully look forward to. And y'all make sure y'all follow, hit that like button. I want those likes to go up. What's up? What's up, Herman? What's up, Daryl John Jameson? I see Mr. Titan. And by the way, congratulations are in order to Mr. Titan. Congratulations. I know he's going to have his 1-year anniversary show coming up next week. I may make an appearance on that. That is also the same night that is the same day as me and my wife's 10-year wedding anniversary next Friday. So I may not be able to be on because, of course, I'll be celebrating with the missus. But again, congratulations on 1 year. Also, congratulations. Had a big show that he just brought out where I'm a little jealous because he had the voice of the Tennessee Titans, the one and only Mr. Mike Keith, which that is one of my dreams, one of my goals. Mr. Titan just kind of beat me to it first, but shout out to Mr. Titan. He does do a lot of great content. Y'all make sure y'all check him out as well. And I kind of got a shut your pie hole moment. I know my guy for Titan Upload and Ken Moore, I love those guys to death. But I kind of got a shut your pie hole moment revolves around both of those guys. Not really them in particular, but they're fans of, they're in areas of the country that I kind of want to talk bad about with some of their professional, with their college teams as far as the NCAA tournament. We'll talk about that later on tonight. But 17 game season, 3 preseason games. The Saints will be that 17th game. Of course, as last year, there will be 7 teams in the playoffs. So I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all think about 17 games? What do you think? I mean, I know that the players themselves are really not a fan of this because they feel like, they go through the rigorous tortures of the season anyway, and adding an extra game is just more wear and tear on them. However, and I can sympathize with the players to that regard. I mean, if they're getting paid more for that 17 game, I understand it. But at the same time, if you're not giving any benefit to those players for that 17th game, I can understand the players feeling the way that they feel, feeling some type of way. Now, on the other hand, and quite a few people have talked about this, with 17 games, especially in particular to the Tennessee Titans, we could see history in the making. Barry Sanders already came out some time ago and said Derrick Henry could be a guy that doesn't just rush for 2,000 yards one time. That Derrick Henry could rush for 2,000 yards in multiple seasons. Could have another 2,000 yard season. And of course, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, with Derrick Henry now, I think he could definitely break 2,000 yards this upcoming season. And even some people are throwing around saying, Derrick Henry could possibly break Eric Dickerson's single season record. And so that's something that is very, very interesting that has come out of all of that. And I mean, we already see 5,000 yard passing seasons, which means we could see a quarterback throw for 6,000 yards in a year or more. So, there could be some records that just go completely wild with all this. But I want to get y'all thoughts on that. What do y'all think of 17 games? What do y'all think about that? Let's see. Titan Upload is Mr. Titan thanking me for the shout out. Hey, again, I appreciate that. And congrats to you on everything. Let's see. AZ Mix says, I like more football. I like it. More football. King Isaac says, if I'm a player, I'd be stressed out. And I can understand that. Let's see. Jameson says, glad to hear that the NFL believes it can have full stadiums for this upcoming season. Now, again, with having full stadiums, there is a risk because a lot of people are letting their guard down as far as COVID. And I do implore to everyone, just because vaccines are now available, first of all, go get your vaccine. Go get your 2 vaccines. I just got my second shot today. As I posted, I got my second vaccine shot today. So my wife has said give it about 2 weeks, and then once everything is cool, then you can say you're pretty much fully vaccinated. So I got that. Again, here in the state of Tennessee, of course, anybody 16 and over will be eligible to go get a vaccine shot starting Monday, April the 5th here in Tennessee. I don't know how other states are doing it, but again, even with the vaccines, please wear your mask when you go out. I still don't go to restaurants to eat in. I still don't do that right now. I know my wife doesn't really feel safe about that. And, I don't want her health to ever be at risk. So please mask up. Please mask up. Please continue to social distance. And that's the only way we can fully beat this, because cases are starting to go back up a little bit as businesses and states and people are letting their guard down, thinking this is over. This is not over. It's probably going to be one of those things where we have to get a COVID shot every year, similar to the flu. So please mask up. And seeing that we could have full stadiums at 17 games, let's be safe. Please, I implore you. Now that I've got my health announcement out, let's get back to football. And I see some other. I know Jameson says 17 games should be an interesting addition. Daryl says 17 games mean more Titans football. Let's see. Joseph, I'll get to that question during the draft would pick my brain. Let's see. James is saying we cannot let our guard down. It all comes to we cannot let our guard down at all when it comes to us dealing with this virus. Agreed. Definitely can't let your guard down with that. But I like, I'm cool with 17 games, but I'm hoping that the players are being taken care of with those 17 games. Got me a cherry limeade. I got to enjoy some Sonic. It's kind of my refresher drink, so to speak. So I'll go ahead and do a quick pick my brain, and we'll talk a lot about the draft. Joseph comes in and says, if all 3 coordinators are calling plays during a football game, then what are the jobs for the position coaches on the sideline? That is a good question of what do the position coaches do? The position coaches basically more so in practice do their job really in practice. And during games, they probably try to, talk to the offensive, probably talk to the coordinators as far as what they may want, and they may relay it to their particular position groups. That's what I think that they do. I'm not a coaching expert, so I really can't say. But most of the time, from what I've seen when I was playing high school ball, position coaches do drills and training with their particular position groups. And then really during the game, if they're noticing something in the game coming from players in their position group, they may coach them up and tell, for example, me being on the defensive line, if we go through drills in practice, but then in the game, if I, make a play or don't make a play, my position coach may come to me and say, look, you got to keep low coming out of your stance and, make sure you use your technique. That, this particular tackle is a little flat-footed. Use that to your advantage. Something like that. That might be something that a position coach can do within the game while, coordinators are calling plays and things like that. But I'm good with 17 games. I'm always good with more football. I definitely don't mind that at all, but, I do see it from a player's perspective with that. So I just, want them, to be healthy, because that 17th game could be another risk of injury, with close to the playoffs or anything like that. And I hope maybe they do consider adding maybe a second bye week. I think that's something that they should consider, with that. I mean, I know you have the Thursday night game and then you have kind of a mini bye, so to speak, but I think they should really consider a second bye in this particular situation. So, also, the Tennessee Titans signed another player. Not really a player that a lot of us are familiar with, but the Tennessee Titans signed a safety defensive back, Matthias Farley, formerly of the New York Jets, to a 1-year deal. Not really much on that. I think he's like guaranteed like a little over $1 million. Not really much more than that. I see him more as a depth piece. He could definitely help on special teams. He'll be backing up. I believe he'll be backing up Amani Hooker and Dane Crookshank at safety. Nothing really that changes anything as far as us looking at defensive backs or anybody in the draft or in free agency. He's not no game changer. He's a solid depth piece to me. So, I mean, it's okay for that to be picked up, but at the same time, that really doesn't change anything. It's nothing to, really be excited about. And I saw something coming through about who Tennessee should pick from Adam Stank, and I'm not even finna entertain what Adam Stank has to say at all. But a nice solid depth piece that we've added, and so we'll definitely see what happens with that. We'll see if that helps with special teams and anything like that. So I'm okay with the pick. I'm okay with the pickup. And I know a lot of people like Mr. Titan are saying, who? Because I'm not going to lie. When I first saw the name, I said, who to? I said, who to? I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know much about him. I've never watched film. But all I can say is he's a depth piece. That's really all it is. He's a depth piece. Probably means nothing in the long run. He could be just a camp body. We have guys that we bring in just to be at camp, and then they don't end up making a team. So we'll definitely see what happens with that. Let's see. Joseph says, COVID may stick around for a long time. I would rest my starters if my team locks up a playoff spot. Now, that's true, too. If the Titans have locked up the division, I would say if the Titans locked up a playoff spot and they're playing for a division, play your guys. But if they've locked up the division and maybe have the 2 seed locked up or something like that, and can't really go nowhere, then yes, I would say rest the starters. But we'll definitely have to see how the season goes, to be honest. We don't know how that season's going to go. But also, Jameson brought this up, and I thought this was funny, interesting as well. Ryan Tannehill put out a tweet, a video of because Derrick Henry, we know Derrick Henry he's superhuman. He's like a robot. He's a monster and does all these crazy workouts that he's jacked. So he did an exercise where he was doing push-ups with the elastic band on, like, where you hold your where you hold the where you bench press, and you have the bar and everything. So that particular apparatus had the rubber elastic band, and and he had his feet on a bouncy ball that you could sit on to work out, and was doing push-ups. So Ryan Tannehill did a similar video where he was doing the same thing. And I think he tweeted out, let me see if I can pull up the tweet and everything. And I might be able to pull it up on here. Give me a second, y'all. Let me see if I can pull up that video. I wasn't really going to talk about it much, but then I saw that I did see that video, and I thought that was very interesting. And Ryan was basically challenging Derrick Henry, like, yeah, I can do this too, and everything. So I'm like, Ryan, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, Derrick Henry is a different type of beast. Derrick Henry is a different type of beast. You can't do what he does. No one can. No one can do what Ryan Tannehill does. I mean, do what Derrick Henry does, excuse me, when it comes to that. So I'm actually shocked I haven't followed Ryan Tannehill already. But I'm trying to find the video that he actually put out, but I'm going to show y'all the y'all forget that sound. That's just my my lovely wife leaving. She's going to grab some good food for us and stuff like that. And let's see, I'm finna show it to y'all right now. Now, this is the Derrick Henry video. Y'all can see the sound. This is on Derrick Henry's Twitter. And some other people have showed it. This is the workout that he did. And you know, Derrick Henry, the dude is a monster. Doing it with ease. So now, here's Ryan Tannehill doing it the same way. Now that's Ryan Tannehill doing the same thing that Derrick Henry was doing, and then here comes his wife putting the purse, putting the purse on. This is I think somebody retweeted this out, but this is Ryan Tannehill actually doing this. He responded to the king, basically saying, like, I could do this too. I could do this too. So I don't know really what to think about that. I'm like, Teddy, you are good, but Derrick Henry is a freaking beast. A beast, as far as I'm concerned. So that was interesting. I just wanted y'all to see that content. I do not own the rights to that content. That was courtesy of Twitter. And I think that might be challenges that people put out. Mr. Titan comes in and says, AJ Brown's going to do it next. I could see that. King Isaac says, do you see us drafting 2 wide receivers? Yes. I think they're definitely going to draft. I would say at least 2. Don't be shocked that they don't draft 3, but I think they're definitely going to draft 1. I would definitely say they draft 2. Hakeem, what's going on? Welcome into the show. Let's see. Now, that 17th game with the Saints doesn't mean it's the last game of the season. It could be a Thanksgiving game. So, it could be a game in the middle of the season. It's just saying that they have 17 games and they're the extra team. Hakeem said Jarrell Casey's back to Nashville. I know that's an April Fool's joke. I know that. I mean, come on. And we're going to talk about April Fool's jokes later on because I'm kind of sick of them, to be honest. And Jameson says the workouts Derrick Henry do is out of this world. It is. Derrick Henry is a monster, a freaking monster. And, the stuff that he does is unreal. I couldn't do some of those type of things that he does even if I wanted to. And, I try to look for different ways to work out and things like that. And obviously it looks like some teammates are trying to match him and things like that. So that's going to be very interesting. But moving on, let's move on and we talk about basically now what's next for the Tennessee Titans, because right now it does all signs point to the Titans looking like they are, now focused more on the draft. They are, focused on the draft. They're going to pro days. For example, I know J-Rob and Vrabel, they went to Tennessee's pro day. I believe J-Rob was at Michigan's pro day. They both went to Alabama's pro day. And now, I don't know if either one of them went to LSU or Florida's pro day. I know we had representation at both of those pro days. I do not know if either J-Rob or Vrabel went to either one of those pro days. I would hope that at least one of them went to each. Maybe they, either they both went to one, or maybe one coach went, maybe Vrabel went to one pro day, J-Rob went to the other, something like that, which I'm hoping that's the case because both teams have players we need to look at. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Kyle Pitts, which he won't, if Kyle Pitts somehow is like around 10 or sneaks out of the first top 10, I would trade any type of draft capital or maybe a player and go get Kyle Pitts. I would do that without thinking twice. If I can actually trade up and get Kyle Pitts, maybe at around 9 or 10 or something like that, I would do it in a heartbeat. I know people will say, well, we have bigger needs than that and stuff like that. Kyle Pitts looks like he is a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. The guy looks like he's going to be special. And I've seen some Florida games and Florida tape. The dude looks like he's going to be the best tight end in the league in 5 years. I would give a lot to trade up for him. I would give whatever I had to do to trade up for him. I would. Now, I've seen some stuff where some mocks where teams where they had the Titans trade up with like the Raiders to get Devontae Smith, or have traded up for some people and things like that. I think I saw one from the franchise guy. I think did a mock and saw where we traded up with San Francisco to get Jalen Waddle, and we gave up a third and also a next year third to get Jalen Waddle. So I mean, we'll definitely have to see how the board goes. Let's see. CJ2K says, I'm not going to lie, I want Rashad Bateman bad. Now, Bateman could definitely be there at 22. I have no doubts about that. Mr. Titan said, I hope they didn't send the same representative who looked at Isaiah Wilson. Valid point. I hope not either, because I mean, I know TD always says you don't blacklist a school because of a particular player. And I know a lot of people will blacklist Georgia and say, look, I don't want to look at no players from Georgia because he came from Georgia. I mean, Azeez Ojulari could be a better player. And, well, I'll say could. I think he will be a better player without a doubt. So, I mean, it's about the player, not necessarily the school with that. So, let's go ahead and get into this mock draft. And before we do get into this live mock draft, here are the needs that I have. I mean, I kind of had them in a particular order, but I really don't. Right now, my number one need is a corner and then a wide receiver, whether it's a slot or an outside guy. I have interior defensive line, which I really should put pass rusher there. Tight end is definitely a need. Offensive line is a need as well. And then at some point, we're going to have to draft a backup quarterback. And we don't have a kicker on this team. Maybe we get a kicker as an undrafted free agent. So those are the needs that I know that we have. And so what I'm about to do, and I've never really done it like this before. The only other time, any other time that I've done, mock drafts with y'all, I've just shared who I drafted and everything. So this is how it will look. I'm gonna try to make it zoom, so make sure y'all can see it and everything. So let me know if y'all see the screen pretty good and it comes through pretty clear to where y'all can see the picks and everything. So if you can't see it, I'll zoom it up some more or anything like that. But y'all make sure y'all can see it. But how this is going to go is that it is going to be a computer doing the picking until the Titans pick. Now, the way I have it set up, I can do trades. Don't expect any trades, but trades could happen. And so this is, I'm starting to slowly put together my board. So the next mock draft that I do, I will unveil a mock draft probably every week going forward if anything changes. And so I'll have a truth big board at some point. I may have it where I have my top 50 players, that I see that could be a good, how I rank the players. I'm not an expert in any way, but I am trying to do so. So here we go. The TNT mock draft has begun. And as you can see, some picks are already in. And I'm probably going to stop at 10. Now, I'm going to pause right here. So as you can see, the top 10 in this draft has went like this. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence goes number 1. Trevor Lawrence goes number 1 to the Jags. They have the Jets taking Penei Sewell at 2 at tackle. And, I mean, wow, we'll have to definitely see. I mean, that must mean in the way this is going, the Jets believe in Sam Darnold. We'll see how that goes. 3, the 49ers take Justin Fields. I mean, the 49ers traded up simply to draft a quarterback. That is the reason why they traded up, to do that. They're getting their quarterback of the future unless they trade Jimmy G. At 4, I told you about Kyle Pitts. I said about Kyle Pitts, well, no need to trade up for him because the Falcons go get him. Jalen Waddle goes 5 to the Bengals. I was expecting Jamar Chase to go there to team up with Joe Burrow, but he goes right behind him at 6 to the Miami Dolphins. Caleb Farley, the first corner off the board at 7. Now, again, this isn't very realistic with that. And actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I'm going to do this a different way. I'm actually going to do this a different way because I had it going by rankings, and the way it's looking, it's really not realistic in my honest opinion. So we're going to start again. And y'all give me a moment. I will recreate. We will start over, and we're going to begin again. Don't worry. I was just like, Caleb Farley at 7. I'm like, he had a back injury. He is not going that early. We have to be realistic about what's going on. So, all right, here we go. Let's try this again. All right, mock draft, take 2. Action. As you can see, Lawrence goes number 1. Zach Wilson number 2. Penei Sewell at 3. Mac Jones at 4. So again, I'm going to stop at 10. All right. So here's the top 10. If I can get this baby to scroll down a little bit. Let me see. I'm trying to get it to scroll down. Okay, it's not letting me for some reason. Not sure why it's not letting me scroll down, but let's see. All right. So the top 10 goes like this. You had, I'm sorry, okay, my computer is just acting up a little bit with me. Not sure why it's acting up, but y'all know Trevor Lawrence went number 1. So obviously Trevor Lawrence goes number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2, Zach Wilson goes to the Jets. 3, Penei Sewell goes to the 49ers. Very interesting. Mac Jones at 4 out to Atlanta. That is very interesting. At 5, Jamar Chase goes to the Bengals to play with Joe Burrow. At 6, the Miami Dolphins get Kyle Pitts. At 7, Jalen Waddle to the Detroit Lions, probably to replace Kenny Golladay. At 8, the Panthers do not go quarterback and go Rashawn Slater at tackle. Number 9, Micah Parsons goes to the Denver Broncos. I thought they would go corner there. And at 10, Patrick Surtain goes to the Dallas Cowboys at 10. So that's actually a very interesting pick right there. And so that's why I did the prediction. That's why I did the prediction board instead of the rankings, because it's more realistic in my honest opinion. And that's why I prefer that actually. So there we go. I'm trying to okay, that's more like it. That's more like it. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So again, the that's the top 10. That's what I like. Lawrence and Wilson going 1 and 2. I'm not surprised. I'm definitely surprised with Penei Sewell going 3 to San Francisco. And I'm surprised that Justin Fields, Mac Jones goes ahead of Justin Fields. Justin Fields is not drafted in the top 10. Now, right now for the Titans, that's a good thing. That's a good thing that Trey Lance um and Justin Fields are not in the top 10. So that means two more teams are going to take quarterbacks at some point, and that means two more good players could be there for us at 22. And so again, I can trade. So I might, closer we get to the pick, depending on how the board looks, I might see who's available. And so let's keep going and let's see what the next top 10. I mean, very interesting. Sertan, I like that pick for the Cowboys. Slater going to the Panthers, I could see that. I kind of like that. Micah Parsons going to Denver, I thought they would go corner too with that. So here we go. These are the next 10 picks. Got Devontae Smith going to the Giants. J.C. Horn going to the Eagles. A couple of linemen. You got Trey Lance off the board. Najee Harris going early. All right. Let's see. This is interesting. Now, while the draft is going, I have a trade down offer that's just come to the table. The Buffalo Bills have come calling. They're saying trade down. We could trade down to 30. Now, we already got 2 second-round picks already. They're offering me, they're asking me to trade down to 30, and they're giving me their 3rd-round pick. Now, 22 to 30, yeah, I can see it kind of go this way. Like, if it was a team that wanted me to trade out of the 1st round, then I would probably say no unless they gave up a 2nd-round pick. What do y'all think? Should I take this trade offer? What do you think? We get an extra 3rd, so we would have 3 3rd-round picks, and I still trade down to 30 in the 1st round. What do y'all think? Should I take the trade, or should I counter that? Now, that's not the only offer that's on the table. I got a couple of trade offers. Now Tampa Bay is asking me to trade to 32, but they also offer a 3rd and a 6th. So my question to y'all right quick, I only got a few seconds. Which trade offers should I take, or should I take none of them? Should I take Buffalo's offer, or should I take Tampa Bay's offer, or should I take no offer at all and stay where I am? What do y'all think? Jets get a 2nd rounder. Jets get a 2nd round. I'm not sure what you're saying there, King Isaac. Let's see. Reggie B says no, sir. CJ2K saying turn it down. Turn it down. Ahmed says I would do it. AZ Mix says don't. Jameson says I should counter. Joseph says take the trade. Ahmed says I would take the Tampa Bay offer. Now, I like the Buffalo offer. I do like the Buffalo offer. Tampa Bay is really 2 more picks down, and they're offering me a 6th-round pick as well. So, I mean, I could add 2 more picks in this. So, the Buffalo pick sounds enticing, but I could do a little maneuvering if I want to. So we're going to see if this is a good move or not, because I know there's certain positions we need, but I'm going to accept the Tampa Bay offer. Now, let me pause the draft. Okay, so I'm going to stop because I didn't get to go through the other 10 picks, and we're going to make this quick. Now, at 11, you got Devontae Smith to the Giants. Good pick. J.C. Horn goes to the Eagles at 12. 13, the Chargers get Christian Darrisaw at 14. Minnesota gets help on their offensive line with Vera Tucker. Trey Lance goes to the New England Patriots at 15. Najee Harris, 16 to the Cardinals. 17, Tevin Jenkins, the tackle, goes to the Raiders. 18, Jalen Phillips goes to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins gets Pitts and Phillips. Not bad. JOK goes to Washington. Chicago gets their quarterback at 20 with Justin Fields. 21, the Colts go Samuel Cosmi at tackle. The Buccaneers traded up with me and got Travis Etienne at 22. Azeez Ojulari goes to the Jets at 23. Javonte Williams goes at 24 to the Steelers. I think that's a little early for Williams. Bateman goes to the Jags. I kind of don't like that. I don't like that pick, the Jaguars getting Bateman. Kwity Paye at 26 goes to the Browns. 27, Trevon Moehrig goes to the Ravens, the safety out of TSU. Let's keep going. And then we'll get to the end of the first round. Another team is trying to offer me something. Now, I'm not sure about this one because now Washington wants to come in and say, well, why don't you move down to 51 and get a third round pick? So the only problem with this is I'm not going to wait 51 picks before I draft somebody, even though I get another third and a fifth round pick. Yes, theoretically I could look at I need to see who's on the board and see Dallas is offering me something too, an extra trading me down to 44, but I get extra third and a fourth round pick. And you know, I'm going to decline these because I want to pick something. I got to pick somebody at this point. So let's see who's on the board. We do need help at corner. We got Christian Barmore. We got Terrace Marshall. Now, I want to go best player available in this situation. And I mean, you can go Stokes. We could go Stokes, who is fast. You got Barmore, you got Terrace Marshall, Kadarius Toney is sitting there, which is interesting. I'm surprised Toney is still sitting there, and I like him. Zaven Collins, Elijah Moore, Amari Roger. You know, you got some offensive linemen, Rondell Moore. And right now, I'm thinking defense. And yes, I really should go with the corner in this situation. And I really hate that the best available list isn't more where I can really see it, you know, can be extended, a little bit more to where I can see it. But if you look at corners, there's still some good ones out there. Asante Samuel, Elijah Bolden. You know, there's still some good corners out there. There's still a lot of good wide receivers out there as well. But I'm going to be perfectly honest. I got to follow my mind on this one. I really got to follow my mind on this one. You know, Terrace Marshall is definitely coming up boards, and I am impressed with him. I am a bit impressed with him with that 4.38 speed, and we do need a receiver. I'm tempted to take Christian Barmore here because, I mean, yes, we got the Nico Autry, we got Bud Dupree, we got Jeffrey Simmons, and we got Harold Landry. So I'm thinking, and I don't want to have a pick and I regret it later. But if I gotta choose somebody that I think we can that can be a contributor right away, and I have seen there are some stuff out there where there's issues with Christian Barmore, so I hope I don't regret this later, but I think I'm gonna go Terrace Marshall. And see, the Jets were too late. Now the Jets want to trade down. They want to give me 34. Now the Jets, but look at what they're asking for. They want my second, third, fourth, and one of my sevens. And the only thing I would get back is moving up. Now, this is if they're asking to move down. I'm going to say no because that's too much capital to give up. Obviously, there's quite a bit. I mean, teams are calling me. Teams are calling me. And I am going to decline that one. So, once again, to end the first round, the Titans get Terrace Marshall. What do y'all think? Do y'all like that pick? Do y'all think that's a good pick? I slick wanted Christian Barmore, and I want to see if I'm going to regret this later. But I felt like Terrace Marshall, he was one of the best. He was the best wide receiver available, best player available. I probably looked like I drafted for need. And so, but I saw he was one of the best players available. Stokes, I thought that would have been drafting too early. Barmore, I really kind of wanted to pull the trigger on that one. But I also thought, well, we're pretty good at defensive line. We need a nose tackle. That's what we need. So that's why I went ahead and went with Terrace Marshall out of LSU. The dude ran a 4.38 at his pro day. That's fast. 4.38. And now, as you can see, we got Dylan Radunes. Eric Stokes goes to the Jets. I think the Jets asked for too much. I thought that was too much. I thought that was robbery as far as I'm concerned with the Jets. So we're going to continue on. And I'm kind of getting tired of all these trade offers coming in now. I'm like, what the heck do y'all want? And so now the Panthers are offering for me to trade up from 53 to 39. They're offering a number 2 and their number 5 pick. And all I would give up is a number 2, is my second round pick, move up to 39. And I still have, and they're asking for a third next year. You know what? See, I already have, see, with the trade that I have with Tampa Bay, I already picked up an extra 6th rounder. I picked up an extra 3rd rounder. Excuse me. I picked up an extra 3rd and an extra 6th. So right now, I had 9 picks. Now I have 11 picks because I got an extra 3rd and an extra 6th. So I got 11 picks. With this trade, I would get a 12th pick, which I think I would be robbing the Panthers in this situation. They'll give me a 5th to move back. Done. I'll easily take that trade. I'll take that trade hands down. I'm trying to, let's see. Okay, there we go. Now, look at this. Look at this situation. I traded back to 32. I was afraid that I would not have a chance at Christian Barmore. That I was afraid I was giving up Christian Barmore for Terrace Marshall. This is an easy one for me. I trade back, and then I trade back up, and I still get the guy I wanted all the time in Christian Barmore. I'll take that. Yes, I like that. So we're in round 2. All right, we're going to stop here for a second. So let's see what happened. Oh, I love this draft haul that I got so far. I mean, look at this. I get Terrace Marshall in round 1, and I was about to pull the trigger on Christian Barmore. I trade back. My next pick is 53. The Panthers want to trade down, so I get an extra 5th round pick, and I still get the guy I wanted the whole time in Christian Barmore. I love where this is going. It is beautiful. And I still got plenty left. To work with. So let's keep going. I see also, let's see. So second round, you got Radoon's going to the Jags. Solid pick for them. The Jets get Stokes. Falcons with Eichenberg, Darius Toney. Christian Barmore comes to us. So now we done got holes on both sides. Now Toney and Elijah Moore are off the board. Don't like that. Kyle Trask, another quarterback, comes off the board there. And you got Rondell Moore. He's off the board. Creed Humphrey goes. And Zaven Collins goes. So some interesting picks there. I'm going to try not to keep pausing it so much. So now we're going to keep it going. We'll see if any other trade offers come in. And we'll definitely go from there. But this is a very interesting draft. So I'll just see what are some picks that are interesting. You got Nico Collins going to Buffalo at 61. I think that's a little bit too high in my opinion. Levi Onwuzurike going to Cleveland. Interesting pick. We're now into round 3. And, we got a wide receiver. We got a interior defensive lineman. I'm thinking I need to work on okay. So, of course, everybody and their mama still want to call and trade. Now, I'm at 85. Dallas wants to trade up. And they're offering me number 6 and number 7. Now, I'm at a particular point where I'm like, could I rob Dallas and just keep stacking picks? Because I do have needs. But you don't want to just be stacking too much in draft capital because you got to pick somebody. But you know what? I already have 3 third rounders as it is. I got 85, 95, and 100. I already got 3 third round picks coming. So might as well add me some more capital. That just means more players I can go for. So, man, everybody seems like they want to do business with me. Everybody seems like they want to do business. So I've already traded back to 99. Now the Rams want me to trade up, and all I got to give up is a 6 next year. Now I've I gave up my third next year. So I don't want to be giving up too much of my capital next year just to move up a few spots. I mean, I got to think realistically here. They want to trade back. So if I trade up, I give up a 6th-round pick next year. What do y'all think? But I think this time I'm going to decline because I've already given up a 3rd next year. I don't think I'm going to give up a 6th for next year because I got to have some depth. I got to have some depth. If anything, I should trade back at 95. But I'm going to stay at 95. Let's take a look at what we need. Now, corner is a serious need. Now, I got within the next 5 picks, within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the next 6 picks, I got 3. So I really could do whatever I want in this situation. I could do whatever I want in this situation. So I could go edge. I could go corner. I'm trying to see. There's a corner. I'm trying to see who that is. Now, there's a couple of corners here that I could look at. My question would be, would these guys still be there in a couple of picks? The pass rushers, I think, are going to be there in a couple of picks. And I've heard TD talk really good about this guy. So I'm drafting a corner with Keith Taylor out of Texas. He's a long corner, around 6 feet. So I like him at corner. Now, once again, I'm back up at 99. I want to get some of y'all comments. Time to get secondary. I will not trade all in 1 year. Either trade for next year or a player, need a starting corner. Some says, hope this falls this way for real. And I'm going to say I would have picked Elijah Moore, but Marshall is solid. So I like some of those picks. So here we go. I am going to go in this situation. I mean, I got the next 2 picks. So I really could do whatever I want. You got, obviously, we need help at the edge position. And you got Peyton Turner, Quincy Roche, which I like Roche a lot. I like Roche a whole lot. Wide receiver-wise, you got Tutu Atwell from Louisville. You got Seth Williams. You got Fitzpatrick. You got Anthony Schwartz. You got Shi Smith. There's still a couple of wide receivers I could go crazy for later. Tight end has become a need now. And, I will probably wait for a tight end. Don't see anybody that's really worth the pick right now. You got offensive linemen also. And, offensive line is a need, definitely. So we have to be smart with these picks. So I'm looking at best player available, and I see Quincy Roche sitting there. I can't pass on him. I like Quincy Roche a whole lot. Now, I'm at my next pick. I could easily go running back with Kenneth Gainwell because I love my Memphis guys. I love me some Kenneth Gainwell. But you got to be, again, you have to be smart. You have to be smart with where you go. Now, after this pick, I don't pick again until the 4th round. And I'm looking at Tyler Shelvin, who I really like, Aleem McNeil. We need a big bruising nose tackle. We need a big guy that could do some things. And I like Shelvin and McNeil. I think McNeil is a little bit more athletic. As far as I'm concerned, I like Shelvin a lot. And so if it is up to me, this is honestly, this is a luxury pick for me, to be perfectly honest. And you know, I got a wide receiver, I got a corner. I just don't think these big type of tackles, even though it said pick 100, they're ranked 106 and 108. I think I got to go with Tyler Shelvin. That's a luxury pick for me. I cannot pass helping on this defense some more. So, now, here's an interesting situation. Jets want to trade back and are asking for my 5th next year. Again, I've already given up my 3rd. But the 5th round is usually where J-Rob does most of his damage. I really should have taken that other deal from the Rams. And see, this is starting to get out of hand. Daryl, I'm sorry, they don't offer players in this. But if there's more draft capital to offer this year, I could probably do it. But I think I'm going to decline. I think I'm going to stay where I'm at 126. I mean, I could come up to 107 and only give up a 5th next year. I'm trying to think. You know what? What the hey? I'm going to trade up. I'll trade up to 107. Let's see who's available. Again, another luxury pick. We're in round 4 at this point, and there are some positions I have yet to address. Offensive line being one of them. I could go for another corner or defensive back. And so there is an offensive lineman sitting there, and this is a deep class of offensive linemen. So I'm going to take him. We do need a backup tackle. We need a tackle because, Ty Sambrailo is there. And then, of course, we got Kendall Lamb. And, those are some good picks. I think I'm getting good value. What do y'all think of my picks so far? I've done some willing and dealing. And we're in round 4. Going into round 5, and I've already picked 6 players. I got a wide receiver, an interior defensive line, a nose tackle. So beefing up the front. Got a backup offensive lineman, a corner. I think I've really went to work defensively. I've only picked 2 offensive players in this whole draft out of 6. The rest are defensive players. I'm trying to see where I'm at now. Okay, there we are. We're at pick 149. So I'm about to be up in the 5th round. And we'll definitely see where we're at. 5th round. Should I go offense? Or should I continue to add more defensively? We still need a tight end. And there's really not any good tight ends available right now. The tight end class, not great. Now, Sean Bayer, maybe if he's there in the later rounds, I could go for that. Luke Farrell at Ohio State, we'll see how they're looking later in the draft. You got quarterbacks in the 200s. I still need maybe another speedster at wide receiver. That's a possibility. But again, you don't want to reach. You don't want to be caught reaching on anybody. You gotta be smart and you got to be flexible. So in this situation, I think I'm gonna try to see if I could trade back. I'm gonna try to see if I could trade back. Let's see. Let's see who could possibly move up. Let's see what the let's see what I could do with the Cardinals. Let's see. Now, I pick at 150. Now, here's the picks I have left. I'm at 151. I got 166, 205. I still have 3, 5, 6, 7. I still got 8 picks left in this draft. I have 8 picks left. Let's see if I can get the Cardinals to want to trade back with me. Let's see if they're willing to give up, let's just say they're 7th next year to move up. So let's see if I could trade back and maybe get an extra pick. Let's see. The Cardinals accepted. So I traded back 9 spots and picked up an extra 7. So I traded back a little. Traded back, get some more picks. Let's see who's on the board. We're in round 5. We're almost done. We're having fun with this. Hold on a second. I traded. I'm like, wait a minute. They passed my pick. Okay. Hold up. This is interesting. They've basically they're doing some picking for me. I don't now this I'm not sure exactly why they're doing that. These last 2 picks I didn't go with. I don't know if it's maybe they're saying I'm wasting time and want to speed up or whatnot, but I find it interesting. I can't make no picks anymore. I did not make those picks, but we do need help at safety, and those are luxury picks. I mean, we could still use some backup at offensive line. So I was gonna try to get me another receiver or another corner. All right. So I don't pick again until 227. So I got a while. I got a little while. We're definitely going to see how far this goes. But how y'all enjoying the draft so far? Y'all liking this? Y'all think this is cool? Anthony Schwartz, I like that. So I want to see what y'all thinking about this. We're probably going to get ready to wrap this show up. Thank y'all for sticking with me. Make sure y'all continue to share this show out. I know some other people are probably not going to look at this until later. But I thank y'all for sticking with me and everything. So I wish I could speed this up. We're in round 6, so we're almost done. I pick at 205. Maybe those are automatic picks because I traded them. All right. So now we're at pick 205. There's a couple of receivers here. Cornell Powell is here. Another guy that I really want is sitting there too. And I think that's who I'm going to take. We need more speed. That's what I'm going with. Jalen Darden from North Texas. That dude got speed. And I thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all share this show out and let everybody know what's going on. And see, I'm finna pick again at 215. So I still got plenty of picks. Now, the Saints are calling. The Saints want both of my 6th round picks. Excuse me. They're saying they want my next 2 picks, and then I get 218. I think I'm going to decline this offer, and I'm going to keep going. Now, I got 2 more picks. And really, I could just do whatever I want in this situation. So here, we could still use, I think we could use some more help at corner. At this point, we could also use a quarterback at some point, which I will probably wait till round 6 or 7 to do that. Edge is still a possibility because I've only picked one more edge player. We got a tight end. I might see if he's there at 217. We could use some depth at linebacker as well. So, I mean, these are all positions that, could be possibilities. But, again, with so many picks, I might as well continue to go to the well. There's a deep wide receiver class. Might as well take advantage of it. And now after this pick at 227, I pick at 238. So let's see, 232. So let's see. Who do I pick? And I don't have that much time because normally you only have a few minutes. So I'm going to pick best player available and go edge at 227. Might as well continue to build on the defensive side of the ball. Now, a position I haven't looked at is interior offensive line. I really haven't paid attention to interior offensive line at all. I really haven't. And in this instance, maybe I should. I have not paid attention to interior offensive line. So, for the sake of going ahead and getting through this draft, I hope y'all had some fun with me on this. Like, I've picked like 3 wide receivers already. Although there are still some good players. I think I still need a tight end. And I'm hoping the guy that I want is still there. He is. There's a lot of decent players still out there. I mean, there are still some wide receivers in this draft that should have been picked already and are not. And there are still corners that haven't been drafted. So I'm going corner again. So far, I've already picked 2 corners, 3 wide receivers. I think I'm getting a lot of value for the picks that I have. So I'm just having some fun with this now and just going crazy. Now, this isn't realistically going to happen. It could. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumble when it comes to the draft. So, you got to think. You're not just building for the present. You're building for the future. And I'm just going to continue to build because all we had at wide receiver is A.J. Brown and Cam Bassett and Josh Reynolds. I have now added Cornell Powell, Jalen Darden, Sage Surratt, and Terrace Marshall. Reynolds, Dalen Jones, Darden. That's my 4. Then you got Powell, Sage Surratt at 6. You could get rid of and see now the guy that I wanted at tight end is gone in Bayer. So I went ahead and got me a tight end. So now we're into round 7. And I believe that was my last pick. That was my final pick. So that's it. That is the end of my 2007-2021 mock draft 4.0. Look at the haul that I got. Ended up, I had 9 picks in the beginning. Ended up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I ended up with 14 picks. Picked 4 wide receivers. It was too deep. I picked 4 wide receivers. We only had 2 on the team. Batson could get cut at this point, and we're good at wide receiver. Got plenty of depth at receiver. Got a tight end. Got picked up a couple of corners, a safety, 2 offensive linemen, and picked up a couple of edge rushers. So there's my draft haul, y'all. What do y'all think? And I will post this on my Facebook and my Twitter and my Instagram. So I want y'all to tell me, what do you think? Do y'all like my draft or do you hate it? Let me know what y'all think about that. And so I'm going to stop that because I'll save it. But, y'all, that is my mock draft. Plain and simple. What do y'all think? Do y'all like it? Do y'all think it's good? Do you hate it? Let me know what you think about that. And Daryl John, I did finally draft the tight end with my last pick. I did. Let's see. Big old Titan says, tighten up. What's up with you, CJ2K? Swartz does have speed. I do see that. Yeah, Jameson says I got locked out of my pick. I don't know how that happened with those 2 particular picks. I don't know what happened with that. That was kind of weird. Jameson said depth at linebacker. Now, I probably should have addressed that a little bit more. I probably should have looked at that a little bit more with that. But for my first time really having a draft with trades, I think I did pretty good. So let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Give me a grade. What you think about draft, or better yet, 1 to 10. 10, you really liked it. 1, you really hated it. What did y'all think of my draft, of my mock draft 4.0? I will be posting this on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Let me know what y'all think of my draft haul. And every week I will be coming out with a mock draft. Maybe not like this. I will probably just have it where I do just basically show my picks. And I think the Wednesday before the draft, what I think I'm going to end up doing, and I'm trying to see if I can line up a big guest for that particular show. And of course, there will be draft coverage. So I got something big coming up for the draft. I'm going to do a full 2-round mock. I'm going to do a full 2. I may do 3 rounds, but I think for now I'm going to do a live 2-round mock where I pick for every team. So I want y'all to get with that. I'm going to probably try to have some guests for that. But before we do get out of here, I forgot to mention something before we do get out of here. First off, the Blue Bombshell, and this was from Joseph. Congratulations to one of our Predator players, Victor Arvidsson. Gave his wife, his lady gave birth to a brand new baby. So welcome the newest Arvidsson into the world, the newest RV to the world. And so congrats to the Arvidsson family. And for Shut Your Pie Hole, first off, I want to say shut your pie hole to all April Fool's jokes. I think it's lame. Like somebody put out an April Fool's joke saying that Kevin Byard got released or something like that. Somebody else did an April Fool's joke saying Jarrell Casey signing back with Nashville, with the with the Titans, which is not going to happen. But there are some April Fool's jokes out there that are just completely crazy. Excuse me for that. So April Fool's jokes, I'm kind of over, to be perfectly honest. I know it's good for jokes, but I'm ooh, sweet. A lot of hiccups. This is crazy. I'm going to drink some water. But another shut your pie hole moment has to go to both my friends. And I love these guys. First off, to my guy, Tighten Up Load. Tighten Up Load, you know I love you. You are my friend and I appreciate you. But the fact that your Illinois Fighting Illini let me down tremendously. I picked these guys to win to win the whole thing. And they let me down in the second round. Ooh, excuse me, I'm sorry I gotta see this. But the Illini let me down. Pathetic on the part of the Illini. They're supposed to be in the Final Four right now. And this is not Tighten Up Load, but I love them. I'm just having fun with your Tighten Up Load. You know I love you. I have to joke with you. And to Ken Moore, who loves his Houston Cougars, and I know he's giddy about that matchup with Houston and Baylor, an all-Texas matchup. Ken, you are my friend, but I could care less about Texas basketball. Because as far as I'm concerned, Houston would have lost twice to Memphis. The first game got canceled because of COVID. The second one, Houston makes a just lucky miracle shot to beat us. So, don't care about Houston. And finally, to my Michigan Wolverines. I am a Memphis Tiger alum, but I am a fan of Michigan. They failed me playing some of the worst ball ever when they could have been in the Final Four. So shame on them. So all of that, shut your pie hole. And other than that, I think that's going to just about do it. And a little special something. Thought I'd show just a little bit. Just having some fun with y'all. But that's a sneak peek of what's to come. And so at the end, I see AZ Big says 10. James says 8.5. Y'all let me know what y'all think about mock draft. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Get in the comments. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight to Titans and Truth. I'm about to go try to drink some water or something to get rid of these hiccups that I all of a sudden have and don't know where they came from. But y'all know what we're going to do at the end because it's all we know how to do, and that is simply tighten up.
AFC Championship 2020. 1908. You did it again, man.
Make sure y'all share this show. Good night, y'all. Tighten up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, we talking corners. We're talking corners. So I will see y'all next week on Titans and Truth.